Hello everyone, this is Mega Ninja Assassin. We're back here with another gameplay of Town of Dust. I'm sorry for breaking this. It's great. Alright, so we left off with going downstream, going through the cave. We found a mysterious man on the riverside. Let's see what happens. You try to wake him up and he slowly opens his eyes. The young man is also unfamiliar with his surroundings. You greet him and tell him about your experience. Asking him his name in return. Isn't that Kobayashi? I'm Ryota Kobayashi, he replied. Where the heck did he come from? You see two people coming from the other side of the river. Okama Takashi, they shouted your name loudly and walked towards you. You stood up excitedly and walked towards them until you hugged each other tightly. Who am I? Bro, what? Great, you are still alive. Bro, whoops. Did not mean to press that. Hold on, go back. What, bro? Wow. This is my friend Sakai Akane and Mitaka Tadakazu. You introduced them to Kobayashi Ryota. Ooh, I'm so sorry, guys. Hold on. Ooh, I had to drink that water real quick. My name is Kobayashi Ryota. I was separated from my friends yesterday after the flash flood. Didn't Christina go with you? You asked anxiously. I didn't see her. We woke up not long ago. Oh, she saved us yesterday. Yesterday we encountered a brown bear which was surprisingly aggressive and ran around looking for prey. Now I'm this old guy. What happened to Li Fang and them? Even when we gave up the food, the brown bear was still indifferent and hungered to human. And a few colleagues of Morita Pharmaceuticals were killed by its bear claws. In a hurry, Mitaka, aiming at the top of the bear's head, shot through its skull. But to everyone's surprise, the bear seemed to be unaware of the gunshot wound on his head, and his action was not affected at all. Oh, so he is zombie, what you trying to say. In a panic, Christina fired 3 shots in a row, unexpectedly hitting the bear's heart. This is what saved everyone. But then we were caught in the flash flood, which led to the separation of everyone. Let's continue to look for our missing companions around here. Kobayashi and I will be in one group, and you two will be in another group. I'll use a stick to mark the spot here, and we'll meet back here later. Everyone agreed to your proposal. Kobayashi rummaged through his backpack and let out a long sigh of relief. The backpack was not lost and all the contents were still here. It was a blessing in disguise. You see Kobayashi backpack has a camera. Afraid that after the water is not available, you take the camera out of the backpack, take out the film, remove the lens and battery and shutter components, ready to shake the water inside. Surprisingly, well, I about to say the water did not much water. I'm done. Surprisingly, the camera did not have much water. Maybe the camera is more expensive. Kobayashi looked unwillingly, so he gave him the camera installed. You notice an item in your peripheral vision inside the backpack. Oh my god, do not tell me. Do not daze. Quickly look at this intercom. Can be used or not. Oh, okay, I thought it was the papers that they picked up before. Kobayashi took the intercom, shaking vigorously through most of the water inside. You heard the intercom sound. Hidehiko, can you hear? This is the voice of Hoki Hitomi. Kobayashi is very excited. Ryota? It is I, he told me. Kentaro is good? Well, okay. Now I have not wake up, but vital signs are I can't even talk, bro. But vital signs are normal and no serious injuries. Hidehiko and Lee Feng are good. I and they separate, Kobayashi said dejectedly. Oh, I see. Where are you now? We'll come find you once Jotaro wakes up. Jotaro? Interesting. I am with the group that set out from East Valley and we are temporarily safe. As for our current location, I can't say for sure, but there is a river nearby, and we are in or next to the river. Kobayashi mentioned something halfway, but I can't recall the direction. Western. You added you specifically looked at the position of the sun beforehand. You know that the compass is meaningless because there are a considerable number of iron ore in the mountains, resulting in the compass does not work. Okay, the brownish river suggests that there may be a large amount of iron in the mountains. As a human, you could perceive changes in the magnetic field. I don't know if I'm getting sick or not. I hope I'm not. I'm gonna. Alright, guys. Say, put in the comments below which one would you pick. But I'm gonna go with the top. Yes. It was just because of the malfunctioning compass that you ended up mistakenly entering the dangerous area of floods in the rainy water. Then you followed the downstream direction of the river and found a tall and thin young man about 10 minutes later. He also seemed to be looking for something. Li Feng! I bet. We found Li Feng. The young man turned his head and saw you. The worry on his face turned into joy. But that joy did not last long. Dang. Fuki Hidehiko is dead. Li Feng said slowly and clearly, like thunder on a clear day. What? Where's he now? Take me to him. Take me to see him. Li Feng then took you to where Fuki Hidehiko's body was. You went over to check his pulse and breathing, and he was indeed dead. There was a hard grayish white rock next to the body, with a lot of blood on the side of the chest and rock adjacent. So somebody killed him. Bro, there was also blood oozing out of the head, which was probably caused by the body and the rock colliding right in. Okay. Maybe somebody didn't kill him. I jumped to conclusion. Causing the chest to rupture and the heart to be damaged or the brain to bleed. I did not expect that there would be so many dangerous things just to finish the thesis and lost somebody's life. Li Feng sat weakly on the ground and sighed deeply. Li's eyes are tired and muddy. I have a doubt that I have not told you all. I feel just speculative that at first, but now I think it is really strange. You signal to Li Feng to continue. Professor Ibu's email is always copied out separately and organized into documents, but when I copied out the email for this dangerous assignment, I found that the line break became several meaningless characters. Yo, this music though. Music hitting. Sorry guys. I guess the professor. Dang it. I keep right clicking by mistake. I guess the professor email device has changed, causing the line break to change. Nah, fam. I feel like somebody tampered with the email. These two line breaks are compatible with the email application, but the new line breaker is not compatible with the document application. You and Kobayashi listen to him word by word. Am I still like the old dude? But when I thought that it was because the professor had changed the system, I forgot the old dude's name. I copied the latest holiday greeting email from the professor. I didn't find any changes in the line breaks. In addition, Professor Ibu is someone who cares greatly about student safety. So my guess is that it is very possible that someone has hijacked the professor email's account. Nifei said, and everyone's shocked. Kobayashi-kun, I remember you're majoring in intelligence studies, and your computer skills should be good. Do you have any insight? To be honest, I don't really understand either. Well, what kind of help are you? We won't call you Kobayashi. Ryota, come on, bro. I think the assistant Li Feng makes sense. Kobayashi thought for a while and answered helplessly. Okame Takashi. Okay, that's me. That's me right now. But what's the purpose of hijacking the email and getting you here? Now I'm hearing that you're just a few students. Suddenly you realize that there is a discordant element at the scene of the accident. An element that should not be there, which is very likely not an accident. Bro, come on. Hoo-hoo. Alright, let's see. What should this at the scene of lots of blood stains? Lots of blood stains. Because the backpack, Hidehiko did have a backpack, I believe. So I think it's a blood stain. Yes. The answer is a lot of blood stains. If Hidehiko death was caused by a head injury from a landslide, the blood stains would have been washed away by the flood, and there would not have been a lot of blood stains at the scene. So this isn't an accident. It is likely a murder. Although not certain, the purpose of the hijack is very likely related to the Silent Mountain area itself. We encountered many strange things on the way here. Li Feng told you about the strange things they encountered on the way. Then you returned to the rendezvous point with Sakai Okame and Mitaka Takakazu and found that they were already waiting there. Two strangers, one man and one woman, were standing next to them. Kobayashi and Li Feng seemed to know these two strangers. They waved and walked towards them. Is it Jotaro and Hitomi? Yes, Kentaro, not Gentaro. I'm stupid. And shouted excitedly. The two strangers turned around and saw Kobayashi and Li Feng. The four hugged each other tightly. Hidehiko, isn't he with you? Hidehiko is dead. Hidehiko. Masumura walking. I can't even talk right now, bro. Masumura walking so quietly fell to the ground, and he took a long time to recover. You went to the place where Fuki's body was found, and everyone looked at the deceased Fuki Hidehiko, suppressing their emotion and unable to speak. At this time, you begin to wonder about Christina's safety and wonder if anyone has seen the signal flare yesterday. Maybe she just happened to avoid the flood by splitting up with you three earlier, and now she might have already met up with the rescue team. You hope so. I honestly wait. Hold on, I gotta go back real quick. Who? Oh, Christina. Okay. After regaining your composure, you and the 6 others circled for possible location where you are now on the map and decided to head south. Leaving the Silent Mountain as soon as possible to contact the rescue team and search for Christina. Soon you saw the forest in the distance. You checked the map and saw that there was a forest ahead of you, which could only be one of the 4 locations you had circled earlier. You were almost certain one of your location on the map. You marked your location on the map. Raven 7, you muttered as you marked. At this time, you noticed the 6 people in front of you. One of them seemed to instinctively want to turn back. Although the movement was very slight, but you still caught it. Are you here to tour the Silent Mountain? Considering that there might be special circumstances later, you think it's better to tell the truth in order to trust each other. Oh my gosh, what? Oh my gosh. Okay, guys. I feel like this is, if you guys ever heard of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, like the first confession. Anyways, okay. Okame Takashi first testimony. The reason is your younger brother, Okame Hiroshi, suicide. 3 days ago, you received an email from the head of the Morita Pharmaceutical Epidemic. I don't even know how you pronounce that, bro. Epidemiology or something like that. I don't know. In Disease Control Department, Mitaka Tadakazu. The email said that he was a friend of your younger brother Okame Hiroshi, and Okame Hiroshi died yesterday. The police hastily closed the case as suicide. But only Mitaka Tadakazu knows that this death is suspicious. You made an appointment with Mitaka Tadakazu to discuss this matter in person. That night you rushed from aboard to Tokyo and meet with Mitaka Tadakazu. He told you what he knew. At that time, Okame Hiroshi was in charge of a vaccine research project, and all project participants signed an extremely strict and confidential agreement. Now, what if wait, hold on, before I continue, but what if the police ruled it out as suicide because of the bear incident? Because the bear incident, um, when Christina them shot the bear in the heart 3 times. Well, shot 3 times, shot the bear in the heart, but he had a bullet in his head already, but was still moving around, hunger for humans. So, some something strange. We all know something strange is going on. I'm not gonna act dumb and act like nothing strange is going on, bro. Something strange is going on. We just don't know what though and who is actually behind it. Even the department head in charge of the project, Mitaka Tadakazu, knew almost nothing about it. 2 weeks ago, Okame Hiroshi mysteriously called Mitaka Tadakazu out and handed him a note, which he destroyed immediately after Mitaka read it. If you guys read it this far, please subscribe to my Twitch, subscribe to my YouTube. Well, follow my Twitch, subscribe to my YouTube. Yeah, I greatly appreciate it. Like, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Tell your friends, family. Let's keep it going. Which stated if Okame Hiroshi died in any way, his death must be related to the vaccine research project. See? Find his brother and help him find out the truth. Since Hiroshi's work computer had been collected by Morita Pharmaceuticals, you decided to look for some clues from his personal computer. You apply for the role of family member and enter his room. When you opened the door and saw the scene inside the room, you couldn't help but feel sorry for him. The room was in a mess, with various objects scattered on the ground and piles of clothes in the corner. There was a photo of you and your brother with your father when you were younger, but it was crooked and almost falling off the wall. You couldn't help but wonder how Hiroshi had spent the past few years since you and your brother had parted ways. Hiroshi was sitting at the small table, coming home from work and huddling in his chair. He opened a lunchbox from the convenience store while browsing papers on the scene. Sometimes he would print them out in the front. Well, I got mixed up with front and font. Sometimes he would print them out if the font was too small, and sometimes he would flip through the broken English dictionary next to him. The hustle and bustle of the streets outside seemed unrelated to him. Thinking of this, a wave of sadness rose in your eyes and you shed a tear unconsciously. Your thoughts returned to the past. Hiroshi was a very smart but stubborn person. Since he was a child, he could easily cope with all kinds of exams, but he sneered at all kinds of shortcuts. As you should sometimes. I feel like taking shortcuts sometimes. Yeah, you should take shortcuts. If someone told him the answer to the exam in advance, he would rather leave that question blank than write the answer he knew in advance. Me, totally, honestly. Hiroshi's stubbornness continued, or at least lasted till you and your brother parted ways. Your father was a famous professor at Tokyo Institute of Technology. Hiroshi found out that a key experiment in his father's paper was irreproducible 8 years ago. When Hiroshi asked his father about the parameters of the experiment that were not published, his father refused him without hesitation. In the following year, he tried various methods to reproduce his father's experiment, but all failed. You tried to persuade Hiroshi, but he ignored you. In the end, he decided to report his father's academic misconduct to the academic committee. This led to the father's resignation from his position as a professor at Tokyo Institute of Technology and the severing of relations with Hiroshi. After this, you and Hiroshi also began to drift apart. Unexpectedly, the separation 7 years ago became the last one. It seemed unreal. There are still so many words to say, but there is no chance to say it. You sit in front of the computer, enter his most common password, and pass the verification. Then you checked his browser various records and you noted the keyword he searched for most. a formula called Tech News caught your attention. You found that this is a private, anonymous form with strict registration requirements. You can only get the account opening permission by answering a number of logical questions. You opened his homepage and silently noted the posts he browsed, asked, and participated. You found that the keyword Silent Mountain area appeared several times in his browsing history. Interspersed with his search for relevant information on the mysterious project at Morita Pharmaceuticals, there's no doubt that Hiroshi believes that there is a correlation between the two, which is also the reason why you are going to Silent Mountain area. Later, you contacted Mitaka Tadakazu, who organized this trip to Silent Mountain area for research purposes. Several members of the vaccine research project team were also selected. And a self-narrative. Of course, the above is only your inner monologue, and you can't tell these words to outsiders. Bro. So his brother was part of a research project of Silent Mountain, which his father was like reproduced in irreproducible experiment, which his brother was trying to find but couldn't find, and then like didn't want to take shortcuts, but exposed his father's misconduct to the technology academic committee, and then separated 7 years ago. Now this, bro. Oh my god. Alright. Let's continue. The purpose of this trip to Silent Mountain is to conduct a field research on the project of Morita Pharmaceutical, and I'm invited as an external consultant. At the same time, I also want to fulfill my younger brother's last wish. Please keep this confidential as it involves commercial secrets. As an assistant lead is responsible for the safety of the students after a death occurred, her nerves became sensitive. He asks you many details, and you answer truthfully while reserving some sensitive context. You check the map and suggested entering the forest. Okay, guys, this is a new area where we're gonna enter. I'm not going further because, like I said, new area. So, I did not make any mistakes this time. Hallelujah. But this is crazy. Let me save it real quick. Gotta save the file. This is crazy. So his brother, like I was saying before. So I wonder what his father. I just bit my tongue. I wonder what his father was actually experimenting now. That it was irreproducible. That it created a misconduct, and whatever Hiroshi was trying to do, he couldn't reproduce his father's experiment. So what was missing? What was happening? And what was he researching? And who was behind everything of the research? And on top of that, the mysterious thing is the police ruled that Hiroshi death was a suicide, which was way too quickly. So oh my god, this is so interesting. I did not think it would be this interesting. Okay guys, if this is Mega Ninja Assassin, if you want more, leave a comment, like, subscribe. This is very interesting. I'm getting really excited for the ending of this series, because even though it's a story based, I'm still interested in this. Like, I could spend hours on this right about now. But tell your friends, family, have a good day, night, evening, wherever you are. So yeah, peace.